Hello, you're very welcome. Thought I'd throw down some tarot. How are you experiencing this current transit, this realignment that has been very, very choppy seas for a lot of people? That strawberry moon, whoo! There was nothing sweet about it. There was nothing sweet and fruity and fresh about that strawberry moon for sure. Took a lot of us out in many different ways, but this energy right now is about realigning to your values. So think about how your values have shifted and changed recently. Think about the person you were back in 2020 and how you've evolved and grown and stretched since then. And check in. Are your activities, your behaviors aligned with the new person you are, with where you want to be, with your new self-concept? Because we are in a very change agent, changing identity frequency right now. And this is where we can get really playful and be very childlike about approaching these quite heavy, intense, disturbances type of vibe going on right now. So, I mean, I'm even kind of tongue-tied trying to explain it, but those of you who know. So I have to say, I'm really loving this spread. I'm actually surprised. But of course, there's a blip here, and that's the devil showing up. But the devil doesn't have to be anything crazy or negative. Sometimes the devil in the tarot gets a really, really bad rep. And I don't buy into that. I know it can be connected to addictions as well, and addictive behaviors and limiting restrictive patterns. But it can also, depending on the spread and the cards around it, it can also refer to the earthly pursuits. Like, not all earthly pursuits are bad. You know, going after an ambition is the earthly pursuit the devil also represents, like money, being able to attain. Maybe you want a big fancy car, right? The devil represents also the physical, the tangible, the very essence of this dimension, which is physical reality, the density of that. Now, in regards to this spread, let's have a look. First card out, and I was shocked as that card was pulled there. The Nine of Cups. This is a wish come true card. Who knew? With all this crazy energy that you're feeling and the chaos and the uncertainty, there's an air of fear, dread, uncertainty right now. And yet we have the Nine of Cups here with the Star as the center of your reading and the Lovers flanking that. So there's actually a lot of really positive stretching growth happening here, but you might have to go through the devil to get it. And what do I mean by that? You might have to stand up to someone who is playing the role, because we're all playing roles here, unless we're enlightened, playing the role as devil in your current reality. Perhaps there's someone who has triggered you and caused a reaction. You know, the negative side of this cosmic energy right now is reactive. It's going into that very childish response of reactivity. And remember, anything that you react to, you're actually recreating that. You're feeding the energy of anything that you have a reaction to. So to just be aware that This is a triggering time, but that doesn't mean you have to respond in that way. Okay, so let me just tune in. You also might find an increase in migraines or headaches, physical symptoms, if things that you haven't felt in a while. Maybe you haven't had a particular issue and it flares up at this time. That's very common with this triggering energy. There's Uranus is there, Saturn, like these are taskmaster energies. These are, we're going to shake your tree to encourage you to drop the ripe fruit type of teachers that we have in the cosmos. So the Nine of Cups is, it's a freedom card, and it's saying that all is well because what you want wants you, and you can make a wish. You'll get satisfaction with the pursuits that you're engaging in at this time. The Star is there to say, fall in love with you again. Put yourself first. She is the star of her universe, and so are you. We each have our universe within us. Make sure that your priorities are in order. You as number one, putting yourself first. Okay, then we have the King of Wands, and when it's reversed like this, it's where a leader can be giving blowback. Okay, it's where something that was positive can be twisted or perceived as negative, and you get a blowback in a communication. Maybe someone throws fire at you with their words or accusations. This could be somebody in your job giving you a hard time. It could be a family member accusing you of something in the family that you feel is unjust. This is connecting with the devil. So this person has a lack of balance, who's throwing this fireball at you, this blowback. And I have blowback there. When I was studying these cards, I used to write little notes on them. So it's reversed. If we can turn that around, it's vibrancy, it's positive leadership, it's generosity, it's skills being recognized, it's passion. But when it's reversed, there's somebody who perhaps is threatened by all of that within you, your vibrancy, your light, the fact that you're bold and you have skills that you use. So the devil is suggesting that this person has a lot of toxicity in their energy, in their emotions, and that they're not able to manage or confine their ego. Their ego is out of balance and running the show here. What's important, if you look at this spread, is that the Star is center point, and so is the Lovers. The Lovers in this situation represents a choice, a decision. It's decision time. So the old name for the Lovers in ancient tarot was actually the Choice. It's more in modern times that it was called the Lovers. Now, it depends on the spread, it depends on the energy, it depends on the frequency. But in this message for you, for if you're tuning in, connecting and relating to this message, and you can give me a thumbs up if you are, and I'll do more of these type of videos. This is about a choice point. This is a decision time. This is a fork in the road. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles. This is an energy that's coming in. This energy, or this male, because it's a knight, is earthy, balanced, abundant, reliable, steady. Now, this energy is calming and very, very grounded. And I feel like whether that's somebody coming in to you to offer this pentacle of calmness and groundedness, masculine energy, to help with this trigger or this emotional response. Or it's that you step into this energy and embody this now. So you could be stepping in to be your own Knight of Pentacles to rescue yourself. And I think that's, if you're able to do that, that's even better. And because you do that internally, I wouldn't be surprised if a male shows up as a friend, as a family member or a colleague or staff, to mirror that within you back as a neutral response. And then we have the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is saying to you, this is excessive responsibility that you've taken on. The stress has gotten to a climax. It's too much. There's too many demands and tasks upon you. It's like workaholism, exhaustion. You're an empath, but so I feel because it's beside the devil there, somebody is taking advantage of your empathic abilities and talents and your sensitivity. So be careful that nobody is siphoning your energy, and be sure to cut cords with anyone you feel who could be affecting your frequency right now. Right, let's clarify. So, through all this travail, there is going to be satisfaction with the Nine of Cups there and the Star and the Lovers. There is going to be improvement, and something is going to realign. Something is going to balance out in your favor. The Empress reversed. Okay. The Emperor upright. The King of Swords. Eight of Swords reversed. Yeah. Okay. The Empress reversed is where you've gone too far into your masculine and you've abandoned your receptive principle, your yin, your feminine. So you're going to need to come back into a gentleness, a calmness, a softness. You've been too rigid. You're going to have to soften your approach to this situation. The Emperor is you making wise choices, using your logic and reason, and sitting on the throne, being the master, being the four kings in one. It's you making decisions from a logical, calm, grounded space, not reaction, not overly emotional, but doing what's right for you now to move through this obstacle. King of Swords. This is you analysing the situation from the space of a clear mind. You're demanding honesty from yourself and others. You may have to speak your mind. You may have to set a boundary in place with someone. And the King of Swords is well able to do that. It's also getting legal counsel. You know, it can be analysing your situation and applying for mediation. Okay. Then we have the Eight of Swords reversed. So this is you coming out of isolation, taking back your clarity, and giving up over analysing and giving up that feeling of being trapped so that you can become the Hierophant. Hierophant is this wise, intelligent, spiritual leader, leading from your values, your ethics, your morals, what you know is just and right. It's discipline and order. It's the keys to a new life. It can be the keys to a new home, a new car, a new workspace. But it's spiritual contracts. Cutting contracts with the King of Swords, that is no longer necessary and no longer serving your joy or peace, but creating new spiritual contracts with people who actually benefit you and help you achieve your ambition. Eight of Pentacles. This is you enjoying your work. Productive, satisfying work and skill. You're enjoying your work. You're becoming the master and you're getting what you want done. So there definitely is There's choices to be made here. There's decisions. There's a crossroad. Balance out that divine feminine that's lost her power, who's been ignored. Tend to those emotions, but make the choice at this crossroad, at this time, this decision time, from the Emperor and from the Hierophant, combining your practical life, your mental mind, with your spiritual, the Hierophant, right? Your spiritual, your heart. Heart-mind coherence is the way forward here, the key forward. Hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, you can give me a thumbs up. And I wish you all the best at this turbulent time, but a very creative and clarifying time, leading to you being the king or queen of your life, sitting at the center point, which is where you should be. The light in me recognizes the light in you. Namaste.